Hi there, in this video here we're going to be looking at producing an orthographic drawing of the suite dispenser in Onshape. Our learning intentions, we are learning how to create base, projection and sectional views for an orthographic drawing in Onshape, and we're also learning how to label and dimension an orthographic drawing in Onshape. For that top level, it's successfully to be fully dimensioned and labelled correctly as well. So we'll jump into Onshape here. And I've already got my suite dispenser modelled document opened up there. From this point here, I want to go down to that little plus symbol at the bottom left, and I want to go create drawing. You want to, it's going to recently open for me, but most likely if it's the first time creating it, orthographic drawing, you'll need to click on, it'll be on Onshape here. So I'll just go into that there, and then we want to click ISO at the top there. And then from ISO, we want to go to ISO A3 there. Okay, and we can click, just make sure there's no views, and we'll click OK. So this is going to open us up like a blank document for our title block down here. The rest of it's blank currently. Straight away it's asking us what view we want to insert. So we're going to click on Assemblies here because we want to insert assembly, and we'll click on Suite Dispenser there. Now, it's got a kind of little rectangle here. But before we click anywhere there, we want to click on Scale, View Scale. I want to change that to 1 to 2. And then we can just click on something. Just press Tab or click on another menu to make sure that actually 1 to 2 has been entered. Then we can go back onto our drawing, you'll see, and that suite dispenser's got a bit larger. So now it's wanting us to place our base view. This is the initial view we put in. So I'm going to just click that in the kind of top center there. Let's click to position that. Straight away, it then goes into what we call projected views. So it is projecting a view off the suite dispenser, either down below it or to the sides. So we're going to go a view down below it there. We're using what we call first angle projection, which means the view drawn below it is actually looking from above it. It's a little bit, it's kind of maybe opposite what you might expect. And with first angle, there's also third angle projection, where that view would actually be off the bottom of it. In this case, it's set to use first angle. So it's got one projected view in. To get another projected view, we have to click on that first model we put in again, and then we can drag off to the right hand side there, and we'll create another projected view there. And then one final one, we're going to click on that first model again, and we'll drag diagonally, and if we click down there, it's going to create a nice isometric view for us. There we are there. What we can do is then just press Escape to get rid of that tool. And then what we'll do is we're going to add a sectional view. So up here, we've got section view. So we're going to click on that there. We're over our first view again. I'm going to hover over that middle point there, and I'll snap to it. I'm going to click on that there, and then it automatically sections right through the model, which is great. It's exactly what we want. And we can just click that off to the left hand side there. And there we have it. So we've got all our views put in. Now what we need to do is we need to add some labels. So I can click on the little note symbol there, and we can just put in our labels. So for this one here, we're just going to call that our elevation. We'll do it in capital letters. And we can just press the green tick. You might need to, just press Escape to get rid of the tool, just moving that across. You might find you want to move that all the drawings down a little bit so you get a bit more space. I have my note tool again, just click where I want my note. This one here is called our end elevation. We'll just click the green tick. Now that's over 2 lines. Just press Escape to get rid of the tool, and then we can drag that out just like you would a text box in a lot of other software. Then we'll click the note tool again. Click the plan, that one's called plan. Click the green tick. And finally, we've got this one here, and that's our isometric. And there we are. So there we are. And we want to make sure they're not overlapping our models there. And we can just press Escape to get rid of that tool. So now we can look at adding some dimensions there. So I can get the dimension tool up here, just hover over it there, and I can add an overall dimension from the back there. I can just click on a point where I want the dimension, and then the front there. And we've clearly got something which has got a slight round on it there. So let's try that again. So we'll click on that back line. What we'll do is we'll click on the front lines. It's easier to click on lines and corners because often with a corner you're going to get something which is maybe a little bit back or it's not quite where you want it. So if you click on whole lines, and that's giving us a dimension of 190 there. We can also add dimensions for things like the glass jar here. So we add dimension there, and that's picked up straight away that it's a circle. So it's got a diameter of 80 millimeters there. Now, it's picked it up because it can see it's a circle. It's not always so clever. So for example, we've got a hole here which goes through the top part of the frame and it goes into the drawer as well. Now I click on one side of that there and then click on the other side. You can see there we are. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get the right line to click. And I click to position that dimension there. You see that's added a dimension of 30. Now that's a diameter. We know that's diameter because we know that we modelled it. So we're just going to press escape to get rid of the tool a second. And I can click on that 30 and I can put in the diameter symbol. I can click there and I'll put the diameter symbol in front of it there. And then we can just press it. There we are. Yeah, click away from it or just press escape. So there we are. You can also add dimensions on, for example, this radius here, and it will automatically pick up that that's a radius and the right size there as well. So there we are. Down in the, that's adding dimensions, and I'll show you some what other dimensions I would like you to add, but it's good to just think for yourself what dimensions are useful, maybe the overall height, the width, and anything else that you think might be useful. What I'm going to show you in the meantime, I'm just going to get rid of the dimension tool by pressing escape, is we want to add a title down here. So I'm just going to click on that one there, select what's there and call that Sweet Dispenser. It's really important that you add a title there. These other ones, we can just click on them and we can just press delete to get rid of them. We're not going to add a drawing number either, so you can get rid of that if you want. You'll see it's actually straight away, it says who's drawing it, so it's got my name in there and the date there as well. And you can also get who's checked and approved it. You can add manually if you wanted, and that's what they do in industry. Someone will draw the drawing, someone will check it to make sure it's accurate there, and then finally someone, typically senior, might approve it there. So I've added some basic dimensions there, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put up a drawing I've done earlier, which will allow you to, which you can pause over and see what other dimensions I've added. So here we are, and you see I've got a variety of different dimensions in here. Again, have a think yourself about what you want to add there. You'll notice on this drawing here that I've dimensioned it with the drawer in, and that depends what state you've left your model in there. I've left it with my drawer pushed backwards, but if you pull that drawer forwards, it will model in that scenario. So that's why it might look slightly different. When you're finished with it there, you can go up to the three dotted line menu up here and you can go print. That will create a PDF and you can download that and then upload it to the assignment there.